So my name's Renee. My current role is Programme Manager for Apprenticeships here at Serco. I sit on a wide learning development team. So we're looking at kind of the excellence of programmes. In terms of leadership programmes, we work across 5 different business units. So we have Justice and Immigration, Defence, Health, Transport and Environmental Services. So we have leaders within all of those different divisions. So one leader won't be the same. They all need something different, but what they all do need to have is those good leadership qualities to be able to prepare their teams and drive their teams in terms of Serco's overall business strategy. The reason why I didn't deliver the programme in-house alone by myself is, like I like to say to everybody, and sometimes it's a running joke with us in here, is you only know what you know and you can only do what you can do. Whilst I've got every faith in myself to deliver most of the compound stuff, I knew that I needed somebody to come in and really hit home on the factors and the parts of the programme that really needed some consideration, and that was all about effective communication and understanding the team. You can't drive your team forward if you don't understand your team. So I knew that I needed somebody to come in and deliver that part specifically to support the senior leaders in achieving their overall business goals and making sure that they understood their teams as well. So the reason why I decided to reach out to Interscope is because I was privileged to meet James from Interscope a few years ago when enrolled working as a lecturer at Coventry University. I took a student there to open up a conference and was able to stay and listen to how James interacted with the rest of the participants on the conference there. I love the way he told his stories. I'm a psychologist, so I sat and watched people really kind of taking what he was saying, and I could see how it was resonating and I could see the cogs working. And I knew from that day, even from speaking to other people on that conference, that they were going to take something from that and instill that in their everyday practices. I particularly remember speaking to a head teacher from a school in Coventry, and she actually recorded a voice note to send to my son who opened it up. So I knew from then that what James was saying was really supportive in driving forward leaders. So when I was looking for somebody to deliver this part of the leadership programme for me here at Serco, I knew just the person that could bring that story to life. So the impact that it's had on our leaders in terms of Interscope coming in and delivering that part of the programme for us has been phenomenal and colossal as well. When James first came, we had a variety of leaders from across the 5 different divisions within Serco who, some were more experienced, some were not. One thing that they all had in common is that they all knew their industries, but in terms of how comfortable and confident they were in explaining that wasn't quite there. The first session that James delivered was phenomenal in terms of it really got our leaders thinking. They were talking about it even up until the day before we had the second session, which was great. They were thinking about their teams. Some of their team members had reached out to me and said that their line manager is now thinking about what they do and how they do things. So when it came to the second session, when James came back in to deliver the second part of the little programme, I really seen a difference in confidence. People were more forthcoming with giving their opinions. They were actually recalling what they'd learnt from the previous session, although it doesn't seem like a long time ago, was about 2-3 months prior. They were recalling things, they were talking about how they'd put it in practice, they were talking about the dynamics within their team, they were talking about how they had had to adapt. So in terms of seeing progression and distance travelled, the programme that James has delivered has been so supportive in helping all of our senior leaders throughout Serco really achieve something great in understanding their teams. If I was to describe my experience in 3 words, well, the first 3 that I'd like to start with is what I feel like I run by, which is honesty, respect and integrity. And I feel like Interscope coming in and delivering the programme that is delivered has really heightened that. The honesty about being honest about who you are and what your strengths are. The integrity and being intentional about what you do. The respect to understand other people and really support with driving them forward as well. What Interscope does is second to none.